but at least you should have your defaults kind of lined up towards the bomb sites. And just both teams on the T sides haven't really been too great. The Illuminar have certainly found their ways. I don't see PACT not even losing one right now. Already that player disadvantage coming their way. And Illuminar looking to, of course, close things out. Goofy going to be going aggressive here. But nobody going to come into his crosshair just yet.
Well, it looks like we might be having a close of this second map, and soon Goofy gets one, Lunatic the second, but that could be it. Lunatic 1-on-2, he has to find both immediately, gets the first, that's a good start. Don't think they saw him, and no they didn't, he still takes the shot, but does not get the frag, only attacking Lunatic. As loony as he might be, he does get the round. 16-18, Illuminar will not be given the chance to have a clean ending of OT here and secure themselves the ending and the finisher of this second map, as we have ourselves quite a little bit of a traitoroo. This is a nerve-wracking moment. Illuminar know what's at stake here as well. They cannot afford to lose this map. It would be a devastating outtake, given that both of these two squads are 0 and 1 down in the Swiss stage. A loss here will put them onto the elimination, onto the elimination board, and then they'll have a single best of 3 to play. Fail that, and you're out of this tournament. Nobody wants to be there. In any case, Meniz, great start. The double up seems to be the answer here, Tyler. They're starting to pick up the slack, and it's a little bit late, but better late than never, as they say. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the point is still that Illuminar now are going to get ripped apart in this round. As you said, it might be a little bit late, but yet again, 17th round is going to be here. All going to come down to one more high-pressure round for PACT. Bring us to double OT. And then still have a chance in closing this out on Vertigo. Otherwise, you do have to go over to Nuke. And there, maybe things were then to open up for Illuminar, because PACT have played it 16 times and have only won it 5. With 11 losses, at least 3 of those wins have been now 3 wins in a row. But that up against Gamer Legion and Avez also into that. And towards EC Kiev, which, to be honest, not very well versed with that team. So maybe also then an easier game for them to win in general against teams at the similar level. They have more issues. So this game first needs to close. And yet again, the tease over towards ramp, and Lunatic ready for it. Snack's gonna fall.
Great start,
Can PACT then also keep this going?
They should be able to, right? They're really locking them in place. Illuminar, just like PACT, seem to not know that B is an option on this map. And again, ARAM going to be aggressed hard. They're going to be putting all their eggs into the basket here and trying their best to make sure they don't break. Yet PHR at Cement. Reed's going to go for the flank. They've got 45 seconds, a little bit less and counting. Oh, Sobol just flies out like there's no tomorrow. Lunatic finds PHR. The round might as well be as good as gone, as Meniz is about to come in, and quick scopes. And there it is. 18-18, we're going the distance, folks. It is going to be 3 rounds in a row for Illuminar and 3 back-to-back for PACT as we conclude first OT, going into second OT. So far, so good. Perfect start.
Yeah, the thing is now, of course, which I already posed the question, you said surely is going to happen as well. Can PACT now also find 3 round once more on that CT side? Or is it going to be just kind of that turn of the mill where sometimes you do just kind of slip up? And which one of these teams can just keep going for a little bit longer? Usually you would expect Illuminar to maybe even shine a little bit more on that T side when it comes down to it. That, of course, they did just have a mid-game stand-in coming into it as well. It is still Notice trying to do his best for his side, for Illuminar. is now Goofy already picking up snacks. And the perfect opener here for the CTs. Reitz has been spotted. And a little bit of damage has, of course, already been dealt as well, as he's down to 65. But two more players in towards ramps, as Maus is still over towards the B bomb site, trying to just keep the pressure up, trying to be annoying, and keep players committed over towards the B bomb site. As right now, it is only going to be PACT, one CT over towards the say bomb site as a rotation. Already quick to come in from Miniz, and the timing is just about going to be right. Nade going to come in to little effect though, as the CTs are going to be off the bomb site, but ready for this retake.
Let's see if it works well. Miniz going to be caught.
Done.
Good start. Yeah, PHR finding himself the first, and that's going to open up a venue of attack and potential for more. The line up, the shot, Mao's going to be tagged, but it's not a kill. It's not Snacks on the line. Remember, Snacks saved the day previously with that shot on their CT side of their own. And it's a 4-on-4 retake. PACT do have the health advantage, and they do have the utility to work it as well, with a smoke being able to be thrown on towards short and a smoke being able to be thrown towards plateau, or more specifically towards ramp. Oh, a bit of a push through, but doesn't matter. Sobel is ready, the anti-flash being set, and the angle PHR takes cannot be enough, and is not enough. And now what? A what now? A what just happened moment here. Four players go in. Four players come out
from PACT.
Damn.
I mean, literally the way that they hold on to that smoke down, and then not only just to kind of chill as they defuse, but actually then to push in aggressively, put those T's out of position, and that's why they're up in the lead at 19 now. Otherwise, that could have certainly turned back around for Illuminar. A four-man clutch can always happen, especially if you get the timing right, if you get the positioning right, where your diffuser is.
You know what was also nice to see? The fact that they physically stepped in between the positions that the T's were coming from and the diffuser. So they were protecting him with with their bodies. That's also a very nice one to see. Yet Illuminar, they will not be dissuaded away from going A ramp again. It's like A ramp, A ramp, A ramp. It's the only thing both of these two teams know, apparently. I'm really just surprised that this is actually a thing. That so far in the last, what, 9 rounds, or a little bit, yeah, give or take 9 rounds, we haven't really seen anything but A ramp.
So, Darko finding one, Reitz to trade back, as the advantage still remains for the CTs. Miniz almost ready to react quick enough to actually find the player there. Snacks hitting his shot, but so is Miniz, and look at this back and forth now. The damage going to be raining in via the grenades as well. Molotovs in. Goofy and Miniz on the double op. Only 2 rifles, so that actually probably worth a bit. Notice. Bomb plant is going to come through because they don't hit their shots. Lunatic just not good enough for it. Still. 3 smokes, 2 flashbangs, and nade here against those 2 flashbangs from Illuminar. Still Notice, gonna be up close and personal. Right in their faces. Notice, finds one, looking for more, is gonna drop for the trade, but Snacks down to the 2-on-2 now, and the time is of the essence, and it's starting to run out here.
Doesn't make it shot. This is his chance. And yeah. Not gonna happen. Finally, they break the stride, they break the angle, and they'll be able to put themselves up for a round. 19-19, as Illuminar are not gonna give themselves up that easily. After a perfect 3-round start on their own CT side, then losing 3 rounds on their set T side, they at least make it happen here for 1. That's a good sign, because if they're able to repeat the success of the CT, then maybe they can close out this map successfully in this second overtime. But in any case, we are moving for the last round of the first half of the second OT. As Reach will find Darko, that's a great start. A Lunatic burning note. No, was that even a burn? That's a kill with a nade. As Reach finds 2. Oh, Reach! The spray down is there.
And this surely gonna be it, where Illuminar take the W, right?
Should be, yeah.
Especially when they're going to be moving on towards that CT side just after this round. Sure, this round not over just yet. PACT yet again 2 players alive, but only 1 currently over towards the A-bomb site. Actually, scratch that, as Goofy has even rotated back over towards B, and they've read this all wrong. Illuminar still just holding on to this A. Now Goofy is back. Yet again, Mouse. Still over towards B, and there you go. Yet again, Goofy. He's just rotating back and forth. Sobel not going to get that kill just yet. He finds it now, but expecting a bunch more. And now you can hear the shots and more utility over towards Ramp here and over towards the A-bomb site. Nade comes in a tad too early. Still not connecting. 3v2. Maybe still a chance in this. Smoke and flashbang.
Let's see how this goes. Sobel and Goofy coming in hot. They do not have any more utility left on them. They have to clear short first. That's the start, and they will. PHR going to be caught. There we go. There's a bit of an off angle for Snax, though, if he takes this fight a little bit too early. Reed sprays down, and this will be enough, as he will take both Goofy and Sobel out for the count. 20-19. The last 2 rounds go in the name of Illuminar here, and they will be able to stride forward with their chins up, securing the 2 rounds on the CT side, T side, never easy. At least not from what we've seen. But this is all there is to it now. It's all eyes on PACT. Can they make this happen? Can they successfully turn the tide of this, well, nerve-wracking overtime that we're seeing here on our second map of Vertigo? Or will it be the 3rd and final map of Nuke coming up in the series? Either way, we're about to find out. Let's see where it goes.
Let's face it, though, right now, it does seem more and more likely that Illuminar is just going to win this straight out. PACT, they need this round and desperately need it here as well. And maybe still have a foothold in this. Need at least 2 on that T side. Nade going to come in, do a lot of damage to Maniz. But also look at the position. They already have Mouse over towards the B bomb site alongside Notice. I like the aggression to come out here, especially as we've seen this angle work out time and time again. Molotov is going to be here just to clear things out. You're never going to expect Notice to be in that position. 4 more players over towards Ramp, as PACT have now fully committed over towards the A-bomb sites. Nade is going to be coming in, not going to be doing any damage here though for PACT. Snax has spotted out Maniz, already throwing out more utility. That smoke can certainly work out to their favor. Still, Snax gonna find Maniz. I was just about to say, gonna be taken out by Maniz. But in the end, somehow still finds that shot. 4-on-4 now.
This is a dangerous territory that PACT are approaching. Again, A ramp under attack, bomb gonna be retrieved to be picked up, and here we go. The execution should start within the next 10 seconds or less, and well, they're gonna be going in hot. PHR behind the corner, short. He does not get Goofy, but it does not matter, as Snax and Mouse are holding the line likewise, and Mouse finds himself a second. Darko, 1-on-2, can't pull it off. 22-19. It seems like Illuminar will be picking up their second map, at least by the looks of it, as now PACT is mentally broken, or at least by the looks of it, they are not in for it long anymore. Don't seem like they'll be ready for what comes next, and that is Nuke, potentially.
Yeah. And that's then the chance for Illuminar to turn it back around once more, and I think this was not the expectation that we had. First map to go 16-14, and then this one to go to double OT. But Sobel might still be in with a last-minute chance alongside the rest of his team here. Needs to be dropped down to just 70. Of course, opens the door for those M4s that are still in play. One headshot, and he's going to be done and dealt with. Reeds to go aggressive here. Still holding back a little bit further. Not fully committing to this one just yet. That's also the preferred situation I'd like to see. Instead of him just walking straight into it. Notice going to drop to Lunatic. And there you go. Darko to find Reeds as well. And all of a sudden this could all turn from bad to worse. As PACT's looking to get a 20th. Then we could be going to a third OT. If PACT bring this to a 21-21 scoreline, but PHR still has something to say into this one. Mouse does it as well. 3-on-2 now as bomb is going to be planted. Here Meniz could be taken out. Lucky to be alive at 6 HP. Forward Mouse seems to be saving. Plenty of money, of course, for Illuminar in that next round to come anyways. And over right now. Do you believe in the triple OT, or is it going to be Illuminar? Just in the nick of time in that next round to come to make it 22-20.
Given what we've just seen, I'm going to say I do believe in the third OT. Simply put, because I know how quickly the tides can turn and how quickly, how quickly things can go very wrong for one or the other side. And oh, the Harco, there we go. Bringing in the joy of base jumping. But 2021, as hopefully the year will be better than 2020. And hindsight is definitely 2020. Illuminar, their last chance to close out this map in second OT with 22-20. Let's see if that's going to be the case, or is the end going to be postponed yet again. A ramp control this time, not really going to be going for the full take of it, as there's a little bit of presence towards B ramp. Finally showing case towards the B ramp, right? Like for the first time in the last 15 rounds that we're seeing some life, something at least going that away.
Yeah, the point is still, though, that even here at 2022 could still be happening for Illuminar, just due to the fact that, of course, they are still on that CT side. They have already done a little bit more damage there as well. Again, the flashbang nicely done, not going to be connected with a peek, but Reeds takes out 2 with the Molotov, and Darko and Lunatic. Not like this, as Snacks find Sobel, and surely this is going to be Illuminar to secure 22 rounds and to win it here on Vertigo. Start to get the better of their stats a little bit. And as we can see here at 9-5, stats never even matter. Still, Meniz now in a 1-on-4, but he's going to fall to Snacks, and it is going to be Illuminar to steal the map pick of PACT, and both teams now going to be tagged up at 1 and tied up at that as well. As really the door is open for anyone coming up on Nuke there.
Yes, it is. With that being said, we'll be back in about 10 minutes time for a third and final map, Nuke, as Tyler just said. So stay tuned, and we shall return in due time.
Initialize booting. These are your targets. You must find, capture and contain them until extraction vehicle arrives. Witnesses are irrelevant. Leave them unharmed if you can. End of a transmission. System online.
Welcome back, everybody, into our third map, Nuke, here of the first opening series here of the second Swiss stage group. It is going to be, of course, myself, Over, and Tyler doing this one and bring you the best action as always. PACT versus Illuminar after a very long Vertigo series, a battle that had drawn out into double overtime to find it only to be going in the hands of Illuminar in the end at 22-20. We now end up here on Nuke, and it is time to decide who will be taking the win and who will be taking the L. Either way, a great position for Illuminar, if you ask me, that they were able to close it out at the end. Even though without Veggie, they seem to have been handling themselves pretty well.
Well, and we'll see if Notice can also transfer into that role a little bit more, as Veggie, of course, hadn't returned just yet. And Notice, I mean, his performance already on that Vertigo CT side looked pretty strong as well. We'll see what they can actually get started with here. Reed's already the double, the triple, and look at that, your domination. The round ends in just, well, 5 seconds from that first contact. And all headshots on the USPs. Love to see it if you're on the CT side. If you're on the T side, then better just save and be in for that next round, for that first buy in round number 3. I do like that Illuminar only played 2 SMGs though, because yet again, that does mean if they do lose 1 or 2 players, they should be fine to still buy in the next round, but at the same time, for that next round, when the rifles are going to be around for PACT, and it isn't going to be as one-sided there. Reed's already finding one here onto Lunatic. In the end, it will be Goofy. No idea how he actually doesn't find that kill. No idea how Snacks is still going. Finally falls to Sobol, who has now also gotten himself an M4 in this round. But also, and Darko all by himself.
Doesn't make that much of a difference, unfortunately, as you said. Yeah, all by himself, all by his lonesome. Unfortunately, he's going to have to give it up and let it down. It is not the best of starts for PACT, T side of Nuke. Now, as of recently, it has come to a few changes. Well, it has come under a few changes, or even, believed to be a bit more balanced in the ways of the Ts. But let's see how the gun round actually spins here. It's going to be 5 AKs. Limited utility on the side of the CTs. They even have 2 MP9s to work with, so that's not exactly the best option to have, but maybe it will make a difference. PHR close range. Reeds gets caught in main. That's a great start. Down secret. There's already a few players making their way into it. PHR close range. Unfortunately for Notice, he's not as lucky. And neither is PHR, actually. Oh la la. Quick trades and quick succession for PACT.
Yeah, still Lunatic and Maniz still tagged down low. Snacks does find one of those low players. And now in towards lobby as well. Surely Sobol is going to be well aware of that position. Still just clearing out the A-bomb site for the moment. As it is going to be Snacks wrapping around. Then repositioning in towards Heaven. Nobody in there just yet. But already I feel like Sobol has a decent idea of it. Oh, and the time that they're taking here, of course, does give Illuminar the opportunity to get in towards positions as well, where you might be able to hang on to this. Mao's going to be smoked off. Oh, Molotov, nicely done. Goofy takes a lot of damage because of it. Not quite enough to actually find the kill just yet, though. Nade is going to come in as well. Goofy finds one, so low by now. And so is Lunatic still in this one. 73 HP for Maus, and the time is of the essence, and it's starting to run out. The bomb only ticking quicker and quicker. And I love the way that Lunatic is just holding back onto this. Maus finds the kill, though, and the defuse should just about be in here, as the bomb has already been ticking pretty quickly. But it is going to be a third round, just about, as Maus wins it. Still a big loss when it comes down to how much money went down the drain on the side of Illuminar, but PHR can drop, and so can Maus. But let's just enjoy this once more.
That was something else entirely. Maus saving the day, and he's running down the clock to the last millisecond effectively. if he had not clicked at the time that he did. Just a step to the wrong direction would have been enough to throw the edge back in the hands of PACT. 3-0 though. PACT unfortunately will not have the luck of the draw to secure themselves at least the first round, and it is Illuminar that will suffer grave economical damages as PACT rebuy, of course, comfortably into those AKs. Lunatic will be the only one having to deal with zero utility on his side, and a tactical timeout, I believe it was used by Illuminar as far as I could tell. And let's see how this one will be handled. Illuminar, they have the op on Snacks. The rest, well, with whatever they could muster up, an MP9, AK, and the 2 M4s. Look at this, outside, overtaken. Well, that's gonna be a bit of a hicker. Starting off well. Again, Snacks opening it up. PACT, instead of going down secret, into garage they go. Questionable whether or not they're able to get themselves into heaven and hell both at the same time, securing a little bit of an advantage. Snacks lucky to be able to run away from the corner. And I feel like, Tyler, this could be the round to PACT if they're able to break on towards the A site through heaven.
Yeah, and right now, Reit's already holding this angle, though not ready for Darko to crouch into the angle. Need to come out. He's going to be doing a lot of damage, but just not enough for the moment. Darko, how has PHR not found that kill?
Perfect.
And it is just starting to fall apart here as Snacks and Maus. I mean, they might just hold on to what they've already got, because the way that this comes down... Oh, and I'm just not sure about this right now, Over. To be fair, sure, PACT, they win their shots, and with that are looking strong in the duels, but for the same moment, I mean, literally the positioning from Illuminar and the way that they didn't even go for any shots. I mean, PHR, he saw the player in towards heaven, didn't react with a shot, didn't actually go for it, and then was taken out because of it. And then who knows, the A-hold could have been so much stronger. It could have changed up.
Exactly so. Like I said, their goal was to take heaven, and they successfully were able to penetrate it without losing any more players. And those nades did a lot of damage, sure, but unfortunately the CTs just were not prepared for what came next. And, well, we can see that the outcome is quite severe. The first round to PACT as the economy breaks for the CTs. They'll be reinvesting, of course, with what they can, and the 2 saved rifles, the op and the AK, could make a difference. But this is, again, like we talked about on Vertigo, where Snacks has the op, and they should be playing around him for that AWP, on that AWP. And, well, the opener already a little bit tough as Maus is having to move out of ramp. Darko takes down PHR. The aggression of the rest of the CTs uncalled for, especially when we have to consider they have to deal with this unarmed. But, well, not over yet. As ramp control is lost, the rest of Illuminar now setting themselves up to new defensive positions.
Again, Notice trying to just go aggressive for this. Illuminar has also been really, really strong starting the games on pistols. And then always after that point, PACT kind of find a foothold in the game. And then tend to come back into it. Even here, first round already, of course, secured from that previous. Second round certainly on the table here as well. Snacks not going to hit his shot on the op. Notice still going to be holding in towards Hut. The players actually fall back further in towards lobby. And Snacks is going to go aggressive. Needs to catch him off. And there you go. Sobol to find Notice as well. And the round is probably going to crumble straight after. Maus sure has an AK. But what good is that going to do?
Let's just save it. Reitz likewise saved the Kevlar. There's no point in throwing it away. If possible, Reitz should be trying to get a weapon to save try and bring it over to the next round. It's an eco following this. Illuminar don't really have a choice in the matter, as their position has been, well, severely limited. But PACT, this is pretty good. Early on, they start to pick up the slack. They start to chip away at the sanity and the economy of Illuminar. It will make the difference between life and death, potentially, and all five surviving as well, giving them quite the boost to the economy as a whole. As we see the CTs now, fully broken, have to pretty much stick to their given guns or saved guns, in this case an AK. And again, I would recommend the same. Just pick up the AK once it drops. Just try and do this best you can, right? Continue down the line here with the AK. Try and utilize it best one potentially could, in any case.
Nicely done from Muniz. Well, of course, only one here off the start, but we also have to talk about the fact that, of course, for Illuminar, there's barely anything in this round, and it should generally also be a third round for PACT. But yet again, we've talked about the stats that, of course, haven't been representative of anything at all today. And the fact that, of course, when it comes down to nuke, Illuminar a little bit stronger. PACT have certainly struggled recently. In the past 3 months, played it 16 times. Have only won it 5 of those times. So maybe today is number 6.
Maybe. Could be the case.
But at the same time, I mean, Illuminar right now not really to be taken too seriously, as they didn't have a full-on rifle just yet, though. That's still going to be a question of time. There should be that next round coming up where we actually
Mouse
see
could be the game changer.
Yeah, still finds one, looking for a second. The knees also shooting in his direction. Love the players to be coming out. Even from
they're
decon
inclined to
still.
avoid him. Yeah. This is a smart choice by PACT, by the way, that they avoid facing off Mouse, especially with the bomb carrier. You don't want to risk it with about 30 seconds that was on the clock to go up against Mouse in a one-on-one duel, especially not against the AK that he has. And he makes it a very painful round here for PACT. He even takes 3 with him. Like, that's a lot of damage. Imagine if this had happened on B site when the bomb was planted on B, a 1-on-2. You know that he's gonna try it. You know that he's definitely gonna try and pull out some sort of a victory. But PACT, they will secure the third, the tie, and the overall dominance, economical and mental. The momentum starting to shift a tiny bit. Full buy for Illuminar. This is a vital round. If they can secure a victory here, most likely we'll be seeing, well, a continuous back and forth battle between the two. But if they lose, then PACT might be inclined to just run away with the result early on. That's something we've seen time and time again, especially when the CTs start dropping the ball. Interestingly enough, Mouse does not drop the op to Snacks. He had the money for it, and Snacks could have gotten full utility for it. And certainly Illuminar, they know they need that utility. And Mouse didn't even drop a rifle. It's like weird. Like, nobody has utility, yet he has 4,000. It's just a weird little thing. But we saw the triple tower in towards upper roof. That's lovely to see always.
Yeah, the thing is now also, of course, PACT, they're trying to change things up. They're trying to also maybe find an off angle that Illuminar don't really expect from it. But at the same time, also, it's important for the CTs to just kind of stick back a little bit further. Make sure that they catch PACT off when they're trying to then actually push into towards one of those sites instead of actually just running into their angles themselves. At least for this moment, Illuminar still keeping an angle. We're to a lot on this map, actually. Players still in towards ramp, one in towards secret. Starting to work his way further down. But even here, the control from one player, from Muniz. is nice to see because it, of course, binds players towards the A-bomb sites. Mouse, though, is going to be the surprising factor in towards ramp. Finds one, finds three in the end of it. That's the bomb going to be down right at his feet. And at that point, then, Snacks can also come back in, support him. There's no need, really, for Mouse to peek now because we know how quick Miniz can be to react to a peek here. Lunatic does find Reitz. At least maybe still gives them a chance in a 4-on-2. But not with the time running out. And Illuminar, of course, winning this round, making it 4. As you said, it's such an important round for them, especially keeping 4 players alive. Does mean they have a little bit of extra cash going forward as well. And the round started strong for PACT in general sense of them getting the information. But then it's a single action of one player to hold on to it, get 3 kills. And that's also the main reason why you do currently have one player dominating the scoreboard across both sides.
Well, right now we're seeing a pretty clean sweep. Well, clean sweep might not be the best word to use, but a pretty good start. One and the other. Let's see where this one leads us to. Is it Illuminar that's going to keep the advantage, or PACT starting to chase the tail again and bring themselves back around a little bit? Darko, unfortunately getting caught. Reitz, ooh la la, good spray by Sobel, good intuition. As he wall bangs him in a classical spot, and a bit of a breaking point. Mouse taking down Sobel. Unfortunately, both Goofy and Miniz have ulterior plans, and PHR. Okay. That shall be too good to be true. As he takes down all 3 with his off-angle spray down. Unfortunately for PACT, they were not ready for what came afterwards, and we could see that one of the players even had a Molotov in hand. And that will have been their ultimate undoing. 5-3, PACT unfortunately unable to tie it up, as Illuminar will keep up the pace and keep up the distance, try and further it and deepen it. Snacks.
Yeah, the point is right now that, of course, you do still have PACT on that T side, fully invested into it, fully ready to get back going for it as well. And I think that's going to be a point where, sure, Illuminar are looking to further expand their lead on the CT side. But it could all come back to a point where, of course, then things come back a little bit further. Oh, and the point here for PACT right now is that they're just going to be shut down thanks to that Molotov. Reit's going to find the 1 kill to Lunatic as well, spraying through the smoke, looking for more. Right now, as the smoke will start to dissipate, players just about make it through as the Molotov is gone. And already have Sobel in towards Vent that can help them out. At least for the moment, only 1 player already down here. And the other's a little bit further out of position. A little bit more difficult then to further defend this one here. Still, help is on the way for Mouse. With smoke and Molotov in towards ramp. It is going to be a little bit more difficult for PHR to actually support, as Darko already found that first headshot. PHR still going to be delayed. The rest of the players starting to now move on in, but Snacks and PHR work together to find Darko.
It's important that they got rid of him, and PHR finds one more. Hold up, Tyler. This is not yet over, although Sobel and Miniz might have something to say about it. Miniz misses his shot, and no! Notice will take his head off, or at least take him out, as that will secure the round to Illuminar yet again. Jesus, what a turn of events. Darko entering the site perfectly, securing the chance for the plant, securing the chance for the round itself, but unfortunately in the end, it is still Notice and Mouse that pull it back. Damn. Unexpected, but welcome.
Yeah, but I'm so surprised that actually Illuminar still pulled that back. It was looking so strong for PACT on that T side. But now Illuminar seem to really get going on this CT. And this should be a 7th. And then we'll just have to see if PACT is going to be stopped here or if Illuminar can just keep on going. Look at the aggression to come out over in towards ramp and trophy room then as they're starting to push through. Lobby has been almost entirely cleared out. One player in the form of Sobol still over towards the A bomb site, still in towards Huts. Right now he could be the player to maybe even come in from behind. Bomb plant is nice to have. Sobol finds BHR as well. That's going to be a weapon secured for him already. As Snacks pushes in aggressively, does a lot of damage, but notice to be traded back. 3 on 4 is still the advantage going here as the bomb has been planted, of course, starting to tick away. Everybody for Illuminar does have the fuse kit to work with, though. Even the utility here not looking all too bad, but look at Lunatic already goofy, ready to line up more as well. As
Mouse, yeah.
Might be the deciding factor with the bomb already ticking. And Mouse to make it 3 at the end of the round. Important one here, but what an expensive round as well. At least AWP to be collected, still 3 weapons to be lost. As we see a tactical from PACT. And they surely just thought that that was going to be their round, but maybe this is a sign for them. Let's work with a little bit more pace going forward.
Well, they did a good job at getting the bomb down. Unfortunately, Illuminar are just a little bit too good in their current position, able to break through and able to put down their foot, make sure that the pistols will not find success. I mean, we've seen on Vertigo how quickly the pistols can really take it down a notch and how they can bring it down a notch. Right here, right now, it is all eyes on Illuminar. They've got the op up on Snacks. The rifles are still up and working. They've got a tiny bit of economy built up. I mean, it is negligible to even say economy at this point. They haven't been successful in picking up more than a few $1,000s on each player. Even then, Notice is fully broken. So that speaks volumes as to how far they can go if they do lose a round. But 7-3 currently, in Mouse tagged already. PACT again starting off pretty well. But Illuminar, ulterior motives. I like the fact that they are putting 2 players on ramp. Will be boosting onto the classic spot, onto the off angle here. And then they can relocate Snacks back off to either A or even towards the outside. One way or the other. Reeds is in secret, patiently waiting. The shark in wait.
Like what they're doing now towards outside once more. Has, of course, worked out for them before, but they have to be aware of Reeds in towards secret, or at least be worried about the possibility of him being there. Folks now to come out.
This looks like a main split instead of a secret split, because of the smokes at least.
Yeah, right now, though, main is still going to be smoked off for. And the thing is, the Molotov deep into it is going to keep Reeds back as well. And they are actually going through the smokes in towards CT, might even be their plan right now.
Yeah.
But Snacks, of course, in a prime position here.
Surely he needs to be aware of this. The smokes cover the push. Snacks should know better than linger. Well, from CT, he does not linger. He spots the players entering main, and well, he will be able to give notice to his teammates before it gets out of hand. And Illuminar, like a charm, in unison, they sing the song of their people, the M4s, and that will be the 8-3. Illuminar starting to really pick up the pace now, and the advantage starting to be built. Yet it's only 8 rounds.
I'd almost go to the point where as well, Illuminar might as well just run away with this, and the fact there being as well that sure, PACT had made it close every once in a while. They were able to find the damage, were able to kind of keep the economy nice and low for Illuminar, but yet again you have this round now where it should be time for the CTs to build a little bit more. Last time the pistols were around, they were able to get the bomb down, they were able to take out 2 or 3 guys on the CTs, so yet again, don't count PACT out of this, but the fact is still that since Illuminar have now been on those rifles, they have been at least in a position to dominate this further and further.
В 4-й таверне напинала.
That is going to stick to the same fact here as well. PACT will be able to buy in that next round to come still. to maybe even start to stop Illuminar from going double digits, but at least a very healthy lead in towards the CT side. Definitely on the table still. With a 12-3, they would find great success, especially considering that Illuminar had also been winning most of these pistols here in this best of 3.
Now, I do have a tiny bit of a concern for Illuminar when it comes to the T side. If we take, for an example, yesterday's performance against Existence, they lost the half 12-3, and they made it pretty... They made it pretty well on the second half with their CT side. They did a good job. Unfortunately, they did lose at the end 16-10. But still, Illuminar, if they're able to secure, let's say, double digits already to begin with here on the CT side, there's a chance they could go pretty far.
Oh, look at Snacks.
In the second half. And Snacks, this is the first time we're seeing this aggression, although it's seemingly being read by the rest of his opponents. PACT, though, do not expect him there nonetheless. And it's going to be Darko that tries to play this one off a little bit. Luckily, trades are not there for Illuminar. They only get the first. And Snacks, well, he lines up the shots. Gets Darko as well. And all of a sudden, Meniz is in a bit of a pickle. Although Reitz just blindly walks out of main. Like he gives no hell, no damn. Sobol. Has he been hurt? No, he has no. Surely he's been hurt. Yeah, he has been hurt.
Just about to say the shot surely